Have you ever opened Ninjago Reddit? Well, I decided to angle the Ninjago Reddit community by ranking all 19.5 seasons from worst to best. Now, let's put on our Sensei Woo hats and talk about some Ninjago.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no.
I kinda want to make a video on how absolutely atrocious this season is. I'm not even gonna lie, I literally fell asleep most times watching through this season. It's that boring. The only positive is Kanya. Literally that's it. The villains are given despicable me levels of villain arcs sat around doing nothing all season. The ninja had nothing important happen to them whatsoever besides Kai and Nia. Wu was sleeping or something all season. This was the year they were juggling the season with the movie, and it absolutely shows them how poor everything is with this season. If I get 50 likes, I'll watch this season for 12 hours straight without falling asleep. Anyways, let's move on. I hate this season. The ninja go looking for Wu and Misako after they go on some Benidorm holiday to some tiki island, and then they meet this weird dude. They head to the island, get caught by these purple guys, then Ronan uses his wooden toy boat to steal some money or something, but he gets arrested and is happy ever after. This ran for 40 minutes and achieved nothing important other than ruining Ronan's already damaged character arc. Though it's awful, the other part of Season 14, Seabound, is miles better. We will get to that later though. This season is a lackluster end to one of the best arcs of the show. You had the peak of Season 8 and 9, and to finish it off with a 4-episode mess. The villains in the only disappoint, and I forget Zane, Kai, Nia, and Lloyd were there for most of the season. I remember Cole from that classic fake out that Ninjago writers love, and Jay was also important because he asked out Nia. I thought they were already together, to be honest, but I don't know. Garmadon was pretty cool, and Wu was decent for the most part too. I think this season suffered from the runtime. Another 4 to 6 episodes to fully flesh out the season would have really helped it flow better than what we got. I am fully aware the community detests this season for a few reasons, but I don't think it's that bad, honestly. Yes, the season struggles from some post-man related filler, and an overall boring plot in the fire chapter. Asphira was very annoying. She doesn't do much other than steal Kai's powers and take her a sweet on Wu. The ice chapter gets slightly more interesting with Zane being a villain, and the final battle thing is very underwhelming and very boring to watch, as well as the whole Kai plot. I didn't enjoy the humour in this season and made the experience partly worth my time. So, overall, Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu is not terrible, but could still be improved. Rebooted is an interesting one. The season's overall plot was very up and down in what was going on. 1 minute the ninja was sat in an office in a tower, then 10 minutes later they were in space. This season was shorter than the 2 seasons before, only being 8 episodes long. This season was pretty lazy in the villain category, with the Overlord being a computer virus now. I swear bro was like a dragon 10 minutes ago. Pythor being brought back was okay. He was nowhere near his season 1 glory, and was annoying at times, but he was bearable. The Ninjoids were fine other than Cryptal being blatantly sexist at times, and the Mindroid guy being pretty awesome though. The ninja were pretty good, and good Garmadon clears Wu, to be honest. Zane's sacrifice was a memory 5-year-old me won't forget, as he was one of my favourite ninja at the time. Pixel was another good addition to the series, giving Zane another plot point to make his character more enjoyable than it already was. This was a huge improvement, but not a solid reboot after the first 2 seasons. In 2011, the LEGO Ninjago show was created with these pilot episodes. I will always remember the pure nostalgia watching these as a kid and remembering the sheer enjoyment these brought me. But 15 years on, I must be honest with myself by saying these are not as incredible as I once thought. The plot's decent in Kai becoming a ninja and joining the team to save his sister from the big evil Lord Garmadon. Jay was great here and was showcased pretty well. I enjoyed all of the ninja and found all of them having their moments to shine. The main letdown of the pilots is animation. Some Ninjago fans will go and say that the OG animation is great and compares to the modern day animation. It doesn't. For 2011, the pilots are great in animation standards, but when compared to Dragon's Rising Season 4, it's like night and day levels of difference. There are no incredible fight scenes that look visually brilliant. Lots of talking rather than action to sum it up. This is an incredible season, and I would for sure watch it anytime, but there plainly is just better Ninjago. This is the second most recent Ninjago season as of now, and has lots of mixed opinions from me. I believe some areas of Dragon's Rising Season 3 is great, but I also believe some areas are also terrible. For example, I believe Aaron is incredible in Dragon's Rising Season 3. He displays everything a character should in these 20 episodes: heartbreak, self doubt, joy, this list goes on. Aaron is definitely a character Ninjago have put lots of thought into, and it clearly shows. His whole arc with Raz is so entertaining and the best part of the whole season. Raz is also great, not to his season 2 standards, but still very enjoyable in his quest to restore the merge at all costs. Those two are my main positives, but I'd like to mention how great Kai, Nia, and Jay are in this season too. Us seeing what happiness it brought to Kai and Nia once they found Jay is very heartwarming and is a vital arc to this season. Now I'll mention the negatives, which are undoubtedly the villains. The Forbidden Five are possibly the worst villains in Ninjago history. They are seriously terrible. I don't think I need to explain this, but I'll definitely make a video on this one day for newer fans. Fun is a decent villain in part 2, but he is also crap in part 1. So, I have not much to say about him. Cole is my favourite ninja, but has no more screen time than Mr. Frohickey or most of the side characters. For the small time he was displayed, he got his soul taken for being stupid, that's all I remember. Is a disgrace to one of the oldest and best characters of the show. I could go on with this season, but we have more seasons to get to, so I think 14th is decent for Dragon's Rising Season 3. Legacy of the Green Ninja is the original end of the Ninjago franchise. Thank God for those angry parents, this was not it, or does this one even exist? This season is a season of two halves, the first being complete filler. Now, just because this is filler doesn't mean it's bad. For the most part, the filler was decent bar one or two episodes. Wrong Place, Wrong Time and Child's Play are genuinely top tier episodes, with Lloyd taking the mantle of the Green Ninja by sacrificing his childhood for the entirety of Ninjago, which is some true heroic act for him. Wrong Place, Wrong Time is even better, introducing us to the change anything, change everything rule that Season 7 drilled into us. But seriously, that final 10 minutes of that episode was magical. Like, seriously. Second half of this season is absolutely incredible. Truly one of the best arcs in Ninjago history. The Overlord teaming up with Garmadon to control Ninjago in its own image is awesome. The Stone Army are one of my favourite armies in the series and opposes a real threat to the ninja. Speaking of, ninja are phenomenal this arc, especially Lloyd. That final battle is something else. A masterpiece, one would say. The negatives of this season is Misako being an awful mother, some of the filler, and the Serpentine are genuinely irritating. Judging how this was meant to be the end of the show, it was great for its time. I think 13th is good for this season as it's entertaining, but definitely not the best. Prime Empire was Ninjago's take on the trapped in a video game concept lots of games and shows use. I personally think that it's a good attempt and utilises the show's resources very well. The main ninja this season is Jay, being the video game expert of the team made him the obvious choice as the protagonist. This season actually goes into some fairly sad topics like being abandoned and forgotten or failing in life. The writers explain these topics in a very mature and appropriate manner, like Okino thinking he will never be anything and that he failed every person he's ever spoken to, or Inagami wanting vengeance after Milton Dyer abandoned and shut him down for doing as he was told. How Jay relates to him in the final episode is very emotional and a true wake-up call on how Ninjago treat important topics like this in the show. Zane and Pixel's arc is okay, I guess. It's not as entertaining as the rest of the Ninja's arc, but it was fine. The negatives in this season are Kai and the Whack Rats. Kai was just annoyingly incompetent this season and it caused him to get cubed first of all the ninja. The Whack Rats are like the most annoying characters ever. I genuinely hated them, but it's passable as this season was good and I think fairly underrated. So, I think 12 is fair enough. This was the beginning of the Dragon's Rising storyline and a strong start to the show. It introduces us to a plethora of new characters, most important being Aaron, Sora, Wildfire, Ryu, and Raz. The whole explanation of the merge is yet to be confirmed, but was a great way to freshen up Ninjago after doing probably everything they could have with the main show. The main villain in this season is Empress Beatrix, and I can confidently say she is a good villain. Her hunger for power leading to her trying to kill every dragon she could find was a very entertaining motive. Adding Raz to the mix made her a very interesting character that we still don't have much info on. The ninja are fantastic and funny as always. The main plot of the story are stopping these mergequakes from destroying reality as it is after the merge. The only way to stop this is by collecting 3 dragon cores to control the mergequakes. This was a really interesting switch on the Ninjago franchise that I have enjoyed for its 4 seasons so far. This season is well deserving of a 12th place on this list. Now, as I don't want this video to go too long to wasting your time, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to release a part 2 soon, so stay tuned on the channel by subscribing and turning on your notifications. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.